Ladies and gentlemen on YouTube, it's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome to the full results recaps where it pertains to New Japan Pro Wrestling, where it pertains to giving you this this New Japan review of Wrestle Kingdom 15 for night 1 and 2, and where it pertains to the nights after Wrestle Kingdom 15 of New Year Dash 2021. First of all, I'm sorry for the many days of delays, and I apologize for coming here late where it pertains to this whole thing. There was some little thing I had to take care of, or a couple of little things I had to take care of, what tends to happen to me earlier today. But I'm gonna make the most of it as I try to do this right now. So, that being said, we're gonna get right down to everything that has happened pertains to New Japan Pro Wrestling, pertains to everything that they did this year from January 4th, January 5th, and January 6th, pertains to their Wrestle Kingdoms 15 from night 1 and 2, and New Year's Dash 2021 of everything that they did. What pertains what's going to be leading up for 2021 in the future, what pertains to some potential challenges and potential dream matches and potential, uh, you know, special events later on, and also pertains to pay-per-views as well, leading up for 2021 to see where it's going to lead to. A new path for all these wrestlers in New Japan Pro Wrestling, especially a couple of the young lions. And that being said, let's get right to it. So we're gonna start off first with night 1, with the attendance of 12,689 New Japan Pro Wrestling fans in attendance under the promotion of New Japan Pro Wrestling, January 4th at the Tokyo Dome in Tokyo, Japan. Go to New Japan is the tagline for it, for Wrestle Kingdom 15 for both nights. But we'll go with the first nights actually. And the first nights will feature the pre-show, I should say. Originally it was supposed to be 22, but they decided to go for 21 instead. 21, the 21 man, where it pertains to the New Japan Ramble, which it will determine the winners to challenge for the provisional Kingdom Pro Wrestling 2021 trophy for night 2. Match lasted 24 minutes and 40 seconds. Now the final fours remaining will be the ones to be advancing, and I support the results of it itself. I'm gonna tell you of it because this time, after watching the events twice, I decided to take more notes of it and routines to who and all that. So all that jibber jabber, all that jibber jabber. Anyways, number 1 was Chase Owens. Number 2 was Tomohiro Ishii. Number 3 was Minoru Suzuki. Number 4 was Yuji Nagata. Number 5 was Tura Honori. Number 6 is Hiroki Goto. Number 7 was Yujiro Takahashi. Number 8, was Yoshihashi. Number 9 was Toki Makabe. Number 10 was Tomoaki Hama. Number 11 was Hiroyoshi Tenzan. Number 12 was Rocky Romero. Number 13 was Doki. Number 14 was Sho. Number 15 was Bushi. Number 16 was Tiger Mask. Number 17 was Balak Fale. Number 18 was Gabriel Kidd. Number 19 was Yuja Umura. Number 20 was Yota Tsuja. And number 21 was Toru Yano. Now let's go to the order of eliminations. Well, the thing is, the first guys eliminated from the turn from this battle. Their style of Royal Rumble. This is basically what it was, a New Japan Rumble, but they call it the New Japan Ramble. And I remember at the time they used to call it New Japan Rumble, but now they're calling it the New Japan Ramble, where usually only one wrestler gets to win. But in this case, only 4 wrestlers gets to win to advance to the second night for Wrestle Kingdom. So I guess it could be one of those traditions that they're going to be doing, though, which is good. We'll see how that turns out, though. Hopefully they'll add more into it instead of 21. You know, but I understand why too because the pandemic. I'm pretty sure that's what the gist of it was as well. So, anyways, but here are your eliminations though. Tomohiro Ishii eliminated by number 17, which was Bad Luck Fale. Minoru Suzuki eliminated by number 5, which it was Arturo Honori. Same thing with Yuji Nagata, who got eliminated by Honori. Honori got eliminated by Tomohiro Ishii. Hiroki Goto was eliminated by number 9, which it was uh, Toki Makabe. Yujiro Takahashi was eliminated by number 15, which it was Bushi. Yoshihashi was eliminated by number 9, which it was Toki Makabe. Toki Makabe was eliminated by number 10 and 11, which it was his tag team partner Tomoaki Hama, and someone who's not a tag team partner but who's also known as being a tag team is Hiroyoshi Tenzan. Tomoyaki Hama was eliminated by number 17, which was Bad Luck Fale. Same thing with Hiroyoshi Tenzan was eliminated by Bad Luck Fale. Rocky Romero was also eliminated by Bad Luck Fale. Doki eliminated himself when he decided to use a weapon into the match. Sho was eliminated by Bad Luck Fale. Tiger Mask was eliminated by Bad Luck Fale. Yeah, a lot of eliminations happening by the hands of Bad Luck Fale. Which is good. I'm not nitpicking with that at any time, at any time, because Bad Luck Fale he was dominating in this match too, by the way. So because of his size and everything, and on top of that, with him being Bullet Club. Gabriel Kidd eliminated by Chase Owens. Yuya Uemura was eliminated by Chase Owens and Bad Luck Fale. Yota Suja was eliminated by Bad Luck Fale. So the 4 remaining in the match was Chase Owens, who was in as number 1, Bushi, who was in there as number 15, Bad Luck Fale was in there as number 17, and Toru Yano, who was in it at number 21, even though he was never really in it, because by the time that everyone was eliminated, there were 3 remaining until Yano came out, and because Yano never got in there, he automatically advances to the second night for Wrestle Kingdom in the following match for the opportunity for the provisional Pro Wrestling Trophy for 2021. So yeah, but Toru Yano won the match without even doing anything other than doing his entrance. And the match itself was good. I enjoyed the match. I thought the match was good, and not much to say about that. So, and that was the pre-show for Wrestle Kingdom 15 for night 1. Then we move on to the actual card for the pay-per-view itself for Wrestle Kingdom 15 night 1. We start off with the singles match between the Best of the Super Juniors winner of 2021, Best of the Super Juniors 27, and Ticking Time Bomb, Hiromu Takahashi, representing for Los Ingobernables de Abon, versus the winner of the Super J Cup tournament of 2021, Bullet Club's own El Phantasmo. El Phantasmo's gear that he was wearing was cool, and his ring attire as well was influenced to the rated R superstar Edge. And the thing is about El Phantasmo is that he's Canadian, and I didn't know he was Canadian until I found out I could have found out either way, but I just thought he didn't sound like he was Canadian either. But yeah, he's Canadian, and a fellow Canadian supporting another Canadian who's also our favorites in Edge. So match will determine who will face the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, uh, the Bone Soldier, who also representing Bullet Club, Taiji Ishimori. Match lasted 17 minutes and 46 seconds. Match itself was a good opener with Hiromu Takahashi winning. And then with him winning, he advances to night two, to face the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, which we'll get to that when we get to night two. Then we get to the next match for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships, lasting 19 minutes and 18 seconds, with the winners of the World Tag League 2020 representing the Bullet Club. They are the Firing Squad, Guerrillas of Destiny, Tamatonga and Tanga Lola being accompanied by Jado, versus the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, the Dangerous Tekkers, representing the Suzuki-gun, Taichi, and Zack Sabre Jr. being accompanied by Doki. And the match here was pretty good, with the Guerrillas of Destiny going over on the Dangerous Tekkers, and by cheating, by using the Iron Glove, Iron Fingers, whatever you want to call it, either way, which was stolen from Taichi. It was mused by Tamatonga. But yeah, either way, I was happy that the Guerrillas of Destiny won here, becoming the tag team champions. And the thing about this one is that, or taste of them coming to Wrestle Kingdom, they never won as a tag team. I think it was something about they never won the Super World Tag Leagues, where resisted them being the finals, but also something about never won the tag team match for the tag titles for Wrestle Kingdom as well. I don't recall that being a thing at one point, but I do remember last year they didn't win either. So I'm not just talking about the World Tag League. I'm talking about Wrestle Kingdom 14. Then we get to Kenta versus Kenta versus Satoshi Kojima, being accompanied by Hiroyoshi Tenzan. And so this is a singles match to determine who's go walk away with the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship Challenge Rights Certificate. Lasted 14 minutes and 12 seconds. Before the match started, we had a video promo of the IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion, Jon Moxley, cut a promo that whoever comes out the winner of this, he'll be taking them on. He is the boogeyman, and yeah, there you go. Not much to say about that. I really don't remember much else he said on there. But all we know is that we got validation that he would not be stripped of the title. He's still the champion, and they're still going to do something where it pertains to Kenta versus Jon Moxley. Hopefully they'll do that. We just need Kenta to come to the United States, because I don't see Jon Moxley going to New Japan, because New Japan, all day that even with this with the sort of lockdown that's gonna be happening, it's gonna be impossible for Jon Moxley to go to New Japan either way. So I think Kenta's gonna come back over here, because he does he does resign in living here in Florida. I'm assuming he lives in Florida. Where it to his during his time when he's competing for WWE at one point. And on top of his family loves it there. So Kenta's gotta come here so that they could do the New Japan shows that's gonna be in California. So there you go. But as far as this match was between Kenta and Kojima, Kenta got one over. Match still was an average match. Wasn't very expecting much, but and the reason why this match even had to happen in the first place, with chance to Kojima taking the spot here, is because it was supposed to be Juice Robinson, but Juice Robinson got hurt, during the whole Tokyo Dome Road to Wrestle Kingdom events that they did at what's the place called again? Carnegie Hall. So yeah, he got hurt from there, unfortunately, which is why Kojima had to step into there. But in the end, we kind of knew who was going to win here, and it was Kenta, and it was the right call. Then we get to the next match, a special singles match, 17 minutes and 13 seconds it lasted, with the Dominator, representing the at one point originally the Empire, until we get to our New Year's Dash. And I'll explain more on that when we get to that. But representing the Empire, the Dominator, Great Old Khan, versus the ace of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Hiroshi Tanahashi. And the match itself was, I thought, was decent, good, decent to good, with um Hiroshi Tanahashi winning, which I was not fond with at that time, because you had this new faction of the Empire, and already you got one of them losing. Speaking of which, the next match was a special singles match. Lasted 5 minutes and 41 seconds between the Rainmaker, representing Chaos, Kazuchika Okada, versus once called the Assassin, who's also once called the Aerial Assassin, but now called by the what was his nickname again? I forgot his nickname, but it has something to do with him. Has something to do with him being the kingpin, because he's the leader of the Empire. Yeah, I just can't remember. I just can't remember the part of that nickname he had. But he's Will Ospreay, being accompanied by I think his fiance or his wife. I can't remember if they're married or not, but B Priestley. And this match was a great match. Stole the show on this night, and great match overall. Back and forth and all that. Those some things I didn't get to mention when I did the first review of Wrestle Kingdom 15 which was on the table spot that was set up by at one point for by Will Ospreay to Okada, which he did. He did do that, and it was a nasty spot there, which it did led to Okada bleeding from somewhere from the top of the right shoulder somewhere from the back. But it wasn't that bad, but it was still a good bump there that Okada took there. With him bleeding. And also, at one point they were trying to use because Will Ospreay removed the mat from at ringside, to expose the concrete floor, and I think it was used at one point, but there was much impact into it that as it thought it would be. Also, the one thing I do want to mention too was that with Okada always using the money clip and never wanted to use the Rainmaker to win matches. Will Ospreay decided to do the Rainmaker, and the crowds, usually the crowds doesn't the pertains to this the protocol of this whole pandemic thing. They can't cheer, they can't do any of that, otherwise they might spread something. Because it's one of those things that New Japan is very cautious of it, that you can never be too careful with that. It's unfortunate too, because when it comes to Wrestle Kingdom, especially or pertains to everything that's happened for Kota Ibushi. This was the time that that we need the crowds to really make a noise, but they can't because of this damn pandemic that we're still in. But in this during this one, Okada got hit with a Rainmaker by Will Ospreay. Crowds went, oh, and oh. And then Okada returns the favor to him later on with a Rainmaker of his own. The originator of the Rainmaker, Okada did. The crowds, pop for it by going, oh, something like that. It was shocking, to say the least. That Okada is finally using the Rainmaker to win matches again, and he did, and he beat Will Ospreay, and what that tells you there, another member, this time the leader of the Empire, losing on night one for Wrestle Kingdom, and then we get to night two with Jeff Cobb, which we can tell when we get to it, because we got one more match to go here. So how to follow up the match between Okada and Ospreay? I don't know you can, but the one way you can follow it up is by having Kota Ibushi winning here. So let's get to it. For the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and the IWGP Intercontinental Championship title, 31 minutes and 18 seconds it lasted, with the winner of the G1 Climax 30 from 2020, the Golden Star, Kota Ibushi, versus the leader of Los Eagle Balames Diabon, who is the double champion of the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Championship, Tetsuya Naito. This match was good, but it didn't follow up all the semi main event between Okada and Will Ospreay, but still good. But all the payoff here was that is that Kota Ibushi has to win here, and he did. He won with the Kamagoye and got the win, and he fulfilled his dream. He fulfilled his destiny when he became double champion. He's been in the contract before, but the one goal he wanted to go after was to him being the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, one of the most prestigious World Wrestling Championship belts in World Pro Wrestling, and he did. And Okada put him over after the match, giving him both the belts and everything, and saying that he is the man. But is he God yet? Has he become God yet? No, because he hasn't gotten through Jay White yet. Because Jay White comes out there, starts telling him that it's not going to matter night one, because night two is what matters the most. Because night one, celebrate right now, but night two, your celebration will come to an end when Jay White was saying to to the new champion, to Kota Ibushi, saying that he's going to help him fulfill his destiny when he becomes the double champion, and he will breathe with the switchblade in his new era. And then Kota Ibushi did start with his own victory speech and everything. After Jay White left. So as far as night one was for Wrestle Kingdom, my overall rating of the show at one point, I gave it I don't remember if I give it a 9 out of 10 or maybe an 8.5 out of 10. But it probably was an 8.5 out of 10. And then it pertains to which match was better. Well, I haven't gotten to that yet, and I didn't say that yet until we get to when I get to night two now, Wrestle Kingdom 15, with the attendance of 7,801 New Japan Pro Wrestling fans in attendance, January 5th, 2021, and I'll get to the combined of the the overall of how many fans that were there total for night one and night two. So let's get to night two. I'm not gonna talk about the Stardom matches because I haven't seen them yet, and I'm not gonna talk about the matches. I'm not gonna talk about the results of the matches either. Which is unfortunate, because I thought at one point by having Stardom and New Japan Pro Wrestling doing something together, since last year, that it was gonna be something a little different. Where there's going to show just some matches this time on their New Japan World, but you got to watch it on the Stardom's site instead. So instead, we're just going to go for the opening match here for night two, which is the four-way match to determine who's going to win the 2021 trophy of the Provisional King of Pro Wrestling, which lasts at 7 minutes and 24 seconds, with Toru Yano, Chase Owens, Balak Fale, and Bushi. And in this match, I predicted that Yano was going to win, and that he's going to pin Bushi, because that seems to be the pattern for New Japan Pro Wrestling, where it tends to do something like a Bushi. And then with Yano, the way he always wins, it was no surprise there. So of course, my prediction was correct there, but Yano did get the win, and he had to pin Bushi of all people, which I was now fine with that one. I would rather him pin Chase Owens, but they didn't go with that. They decided to go with Bushi taking the loss here instead. But basically, as soon as I knew that these guys were the final four, I knew that Bushi was going to come in there to lose. It was just a matter of who was going to beat Bushi here, and I was right about one of them. It was Yano. Matchup was it was decent though, entertaining, decent. So yeah. I wasn't hating the match at all. I just did not agree that Bushi had to lose. Anyways, next we get to the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. 13 minutes and 26 seconds lasted with Suzuki-gun, El Desperado, and Yoshibo Kanemura, who are the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, going up against 1 or 8, which is Ryusuke Taguchi and Master Wato, being accompanied by Hiroyoshi Tenzan. The tag team match itself, it was decent. Just wasn't into it that much because of one thing, the team of Taguchi and Wato wasn't really into those two being a tag team, and on top of that, I don't see them as a tag team either way. So, and I knew they were gonna lose too, and I was right. El Desperado and Yoshibu Kanemura won the match, and there you go. Nothing to say about that. They retained, and I predict they retained, and either way, it was a decent match, but just wasn't really that fond of it. Because of what I just mentioned pertains to the tag teams that to me I just don't see them being a tag team, and it's just there's no chemistry there. That's basically what I'm trying to say there. There's no chemistry there between Taguchi and Master Wato. That's basically what I'm trying to say there. Now the match I was looking forward to the most here on the night 2 was for the Never Openweight Championship, 21 minutes and 11 seconds between the Dragon, who is the IWGP Never Openweight Champion, representing for Los Ingobernables Diabón, Shingo Takagi, versus representing the Empire, Jeff Cobb. And this match was all about hard hitting and back and forth, and showing each other's strengths of every kind. Just a lot of striking and a lot of moves that was done also that was very unique from both sides of Jeff Cobb and Shingo Takagi. Just a all-out brawl between these two in the ring and a little bit outside the ring. But either way, it was all about what they did in the ring was pretty amazing. In regards to and they wrestled before, but this one was very special, but not because it was Wrestle Kingdom, because it was for the title, and Jeff Cobb is a heel. Shingo is a face, and basically Jeff Cobb took Takachi, Shingo Takagi to the limit here. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough because Shingo Takagi was winning with the Last of the Dragon, which is his finishing move, and got the win. So basically, and I was kind of fine either way with Shingo Takagi winning because I love Shingo Takagi. I'm a fan of his. But once again, once I tell you about the Empire here, at the forming of Empire faction, where they came up short on night 1 with Great Khan losing to Hiroshi Tanahashi, with Will Ospreay coming up short against Katsushika Okada, and now with Jeff Cobb coming short here against Shingo Takagi. So yeah, I was not fond of the Empire losing. And hopefully this means they'll bounce back after Wrestle Kingdom based on what they did on New Year's Dash, which we'll get to that when we get to it. I still love the match though. It was a great match either way. I was fine with it. Even though I wasn't fine with the full results of it, or should I say 1% of the results of it. But the other percent of the results of it, I was fine with it because it was a great match. And if I were to go back to watch this match again, I wouldn't mind it. Because it was an overall great match for night 2. This is a special singles match between the Costco representing Los Ingobernables Diabón, Sanada, versus representing Bullet Club, the King of Darkness, Evo, being accompanied by the spoiler, Dick Togo. This lasted 23 minutes and 40 seconds. This match was good. Not just with Sanada's wrestling, but also with Evo of his wrestling and also breaking the rules, and along with his manager, Dick Togo. So Sanada did go over in this match here, and yeah, let me say about that. And I'm glad he won too. Because I was really pulling for Sonata to win here because he needed this desperately, and thank God he did. Next match was for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. That's at 25 minutes and 31 seconds with the winner of the Best of the Super Juniors 27 from 2020, and who beat El Fantasmo to advance to night two is Ticking Time Bomb, representing Los Ingobernables de Japón, Hiromu Takahashi, versus the Bone Soldier, who is the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, representing Bullet Club, Taiji Ishimori. And this, and did I mention this match lasted 25 minutes and 31 seconds? In case if I didn't, I did right now. But this match was good. I watched this match three times. Still enjoy the match here. Everything they did back and forth, and retains to Taiji Ishimori gain the better of Hiromu Takahashi in the match as well. And basically a lot of counters from the outside where it pertains to everything they did. It pertains to flipping and catching and all that. Especially a lot of high flying going on here too, because this is what the Super Juniors is all about. Pertains to become the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. In the end, it was Hiromu Takahashi winning with a time bomb 2 finishing move, and new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. And I was happy with that result. Then we get to the main event between the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Champion, the Golden Star, who won the G1 Climax of 30 of 2020, Kota Ibushi versus the Switchblade, the briefcase holder of the IWGP main event spot for Wrestle Kingdom, Jay White, representing Bullet Club, being covered by Gedo. 48 minutes and 5 seconds lasted. The match had it all. It had drama, it had storytelling, it had suspense, it had cheating, on the side of Jay White and Gedo. It had a referee bump. It had everything that you could ask for pro wrestling, except for one thing: the crowds. Unfortunately, they couldn't do they couldn't do the cheers and everything. But their spirits pertains to this main event, the special main event for the IWGP junior for the IWGP heavyweight and the Intercontinental title was there. But yeah, this had it all, man. It had psychology. It had just it brought to the table what the main event could be for Wrestle Kingdom 15, and it actually delivered. It was the better main event for night 2 than was for night 1. Not to put down Tetsuya Naito, but this one because with Jay White really delivered here. In the end, it was the winner, Kota Ibushi. After all was put in front of him, especially when it pertains to Jay White. Every time these two guys are in the ring together, they Jay White always gets the better of Kota Ibushi. He's always there to pull him down and take away his opportunities and give it to and it goes to Jay White, because Jay White is the New Japan version of Edge, of being the ultimate opportunist. But it wasn't Jay White's night. It was Kota Ibushi's night once again. And Sonata came out after the match and basically congratulates Ibushi and says he wants to be next in line, since he did take Kota Ibushi to the limit back at the G1 Climax from the finals, because those two were in the finals against each other. And he wants a shot. He wants a future shot against him. And on top of that, with him winning his Wrestle Kingdom match against Evo, who is a former IWGP Intercontinental and Heavyweight Champion, which bad choice there by the way by New Japan. Just saying. Now Sonata wants that in return, and also, if you remember too, Sonata has also got a win over IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Champion at the time in Tetsuya Naito from the G1 Climax as well. So basically, Sonata is right now entitled of getting a title shot because he's beaten former IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental champions. Basically with Evil and Tetsuya Naito, and then with Ibushi, he wants a rematch against him. He wants to avenge his loss against him from the G1 Climax. So yeah, and then Ibushi does his his victory speech, and that was it. That was it for Wrestle Kingdom night 2 for Wrestle Kingdom 15. So there you go, folks. And what did the Tomorrow Wrestle? Not the Tomorrow Wrestling. I meant to say. And obviously, more chance the overall scenario for night 2 here is I'm gonna go with a 9 out of 10 for this one because night 2 Wrestle Kingdom was better than night 1 of Wrestle Kingdom 15. So basically, yeah, Wrestle Kingdom 15's night 2 was better than night 1. That's basically what I'm saying there. Now, if you recall, the night 1 of my highlights of the nights for Wrestle Kingdom 15. So for the night was Jay White shows shows to spoil Ibushi's moment. Shock of the night, Rainmaker a finisher returns by Okada from his match against Ospreay. Tetsuya Naito. Moment of the night is Tetsuya Naito passing the torch to Ibushi. Promo of the night was Jon Moxley. Video promo of the night was the double go, of the main event between Naito and Ibushi, and Ospreay and Okada, which is of their history. Entrance of the night was Tetsuya Naito, Kota Ibushi, the Great Okan, Will Ospreay would be a Priestley, and Kazuchika Okada. Performance of the night was Will Ospreay, Kazuchika Okada, El Phantasmo, and Hiromu Takahashi. Move of the night was El Phantasmo's sunset flip power bomb to Hiromu Takahashi, where Ospreay splash fly to Okada. Okada's tombstone on the apron to Ospreay. Finish of the night was Kenta's GTS and Kota Ibushi's Kamagoye. And let me just say this: Kenta's is number 1. Number 2, but actually let's go with this. Okada's is number 1 as finisher because the Rainmaker returns. The way he does it. And on top of that, with him just using the money clip and not using the Rainmaker for this long is why it's going to be number 1 on the list. Number 2 then will be Kamagoye and then the GTS. And the Kamagoye is from Kota Ibushi, by the way. So, and obviously GTS is Kenta's. Brutal match of the night, the IWGP Tag Team Championship titles, which was brutal match in a good way. Show steal of the night. Not think about it, folks, because I did originally say the show steal of the night was the IWGP Double Championship, but after seeing Will Ospreay and Okada did their match again, this match was definitely show steal of the night because of the crowd's reaction, or it to the Rainmakers from Will Ospreay and from Okada, especially with Okada of winning it with it. So that's show steal of the night. Will Ospreay versus Kazuchika Okada. Match applause of the night was the IWGP Double titles between Naito and Ibushi. Will Ospreay versus Kazuchika Okada. Great Okan versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. And finally, match of the night. Well, will have to be the IWGP Double Championships between Naito versus Ibushi. And my overall rating for night 1, like I said before, was 8.5 out of 10. And what retains to night 2 for Wrestle Kingdom 15, which retains to the highlights, to my highlights of the nights. Swerve of the night was did Toko going to the table the way he did it was not the way he did it. The fact that he went to the table between Sanada and Evil. After one of those two was going to be going to the table. Instead, it was Dick Togo. So But the way he did it too, when he went to the table was so funny. But Shock of the Night, the Finger Poke of Doom, that was performed uh by Fale onto Chase Owens. Um, Shock like not like, oh my god, he did that, and it was like oh really, something like that. I can't. But to me, it was kind of a shock to me that was done. To me, it was more of a shocking where that New Japan person was why not doing that, because I didn't expect New Japan to do that. So um or even co-sign that, let's just say. So I guess that's the best way to say it, shock of the night. So anyways, moment of the night, Ibushi overcomes Jay White, Sanada getting his revenge on Evil and getting his Wrestle Kingdom moment. Promo of the night, Kota Ibushi, where he says his speech, basically his victory speech about him saying he has become God because he's now a double champion of the IWGP Intercontinental and Heavyweight Championship, and retains to winning both nights of Wrestle Kingdom 1 and 2. View promo of the night, the double championship titles between Jay White and Ibushi, and the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship between Takahashi and Ishimori. Entrance of the night, Jay White, Taichi Ishimori, Sanada, and Shingo Takagi. Performance of the night, Kota Ibushi, Hiromu Takahashi, Shingo Takagi, Jeff Cobb, and Sanada. Move of the night, Ibushi, deathlift German suplex to Jay White. Taiji Ishimori's Japanese destroyer, the way it was done was pitch perfect to Hiromu Takahashi. Jeff Cobb's over the head ability to Shingo Takagi on the outside. Shingo Takagi's plunger onto Jeff Cobb, and Sanada's dragon suplex, and also Jay White's Uranagi to Ibushi, by the way, and Shingo Takagi's dragon suplex to Jeff Cobb, because they had that match. Finish on the night, Hiromu Takahashi's Tom Bomb 2 to Ishimori, Sanada's Muda Moonsault to Evo, and El Desperado's Pinja Loca to Ryusuke Taguchi. Brutal match of the night, Evo versus Sanada in a good way, a good match, a good brutal match, I should say. Showstone of the night, the Never Open Championship title, Evo versus I'm sorry, not that wasn't Showstone tonight. I read it wrong. I read it wrong. My fault. But yeah, the Never Open Championship title match between Shingo Takagi and Jeff Cobb was show still tonight. Match applause on the night, the IWGP double titles between Ibushi and Jay White. Never Open Championship between Shingo and Jeff Cobb. Evo versus Sanada, and IWGP Heavyweight Championship title between Takahashi and Ishimori. And finally, match of the night is the IWGP Double Championship between Ibushi and Jay White. Overall rating for the show for night 2, I think I give it a 9 out of 10 because I thought night 2 of Wrestle Kingdom 15 was better than night 1. And now with that being said, folks, returns to Wrestle Kingdom 15 overall. Now I'm gonna put together here Swerve of the night. I mean, my highs of the nights for Wrestle Kingdom 15 overall. I meant to say that's basically what I meant to say. So Swerve of the night, I gotta go with I'm gonna go with Dick Togo going to the table. Because again, I was expecting either Evil or Sanada going to the table. The guys that were in the match instead of someone who was not in the match in Dick Togo. Shock of the night, Okada's Rainmaker returning is Shock of the night. Moment of the night is Kota Ibushi, having his moment at Wrestle Kingdom 15 what pertains to him winning both nights, winning the titles for night one and for night two, basically retaining for night two, submitting that he has become God. Promo of the night had to be Jon Moxley. Video promo of the night is the night two of the main event of the double titles between Jay White and Kota Ibushi, because that's right there is a story long overdue. It pertains to Kota Ibushi never getting the job done against Jay White until he did. Entrance of the night. Where pertains to entrance on the night, I gotta go with Kazuchika Okada. Performance on the night, I'm gonna go with Kota Ibushi. Excuse me. Moving the night. That one's a tough one there. And I was really debating about this overall. But if I had to choose, I gotta choose. And what I choose is the Japanese Destroyer by Taichi Ishimori. Finish of the night, because this is Kota Ibushi. It's all about Kota Ibushi here. Yeah, just I will go with Okada here, but I'm gonna go with Kota Ibushi because pertains to him using the Kamagoye is what got him to win the IWGP double titles of the Intercontinental and the Heavyweight, and with him retaining on the second night. So Kamagoye will be finishing the night. Excuse me. Brew match of the night. I'm gonna go with Evo versus Sonata. Showsteel of the night. Excuse me. I'm gonna go with Will Ospreay versus Okada. Kazuchika Okada. So I was really debating between that match and never openweight championship title match between Jeff Cobb and Shingo Takagi. So I decided to go with Will Ospreay and Kazuchika Okada. Applause of the night. Match applause of the night. That's what I meant to say. Match applause of the night. It's gotta be either the main event between which is obviously which one you're probably asking from night two, obviously. But yeah, it's either between Ibushi versus Jay White or Okada versus Will Ospreay. So I'm gonna go with I'm just gonna go with Okada and Ospreay here. I mean, it could be something else here, but other than that, yeah, that's not that match was intriguing a lot of fans in the Tokyo Dome. So besides the main event itself, pertains to both nights. But and then we get to match of the night. Match of the night, pertains to overall from both nights, Kota Ibushi and Jay White. So, what's my overall show for both nights for Wrestle Kingdom 15? Either way, they both shows deliver either way. So I'm gonna go with a 9.5 out of 10. And also, represents to Wrestle Kingdom 15, the combined attendance is 20,409 New Japan Pro Wrestling fans in attendance. And there you go, folks. That was your full results for Wrestle Kingdom 15 from night 1 and night 2. And now we move on to what happened at the next event, which just give one moment. Gotta find it here. Let's see, where was it? Nope, not that. Let's see, where is it? Okay, is it right here? Nope. That's layouts. No, that's the the broadcast information. Okay, I guess I gotta. Oh yeah, wait, I think I found it. Did I find it? Let me see. Okay, I guess. Okay, folks. You know what? I'll be right back. Just don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Sorry about that, folks. I was trying to change the avatar here, but I finally did it. So here we go. Um, so yes, now we get to what happened at the nights after Wrestle Kingdom 15, rotations to night one and night two. Starting off with New Year Dash 2021. This took place at um from January 6th, 2021, obviously. And let's see, what was the event? Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Gotta go to the results first. All right, here we go. At the Tokyo Dome City Hall, in Tokyo, Japan, with the attendance of 1,019 New Japan Pro Wrestling fans in attendance under the promotion of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And let's get to it. We got and by the way, folks, the reason my now usually I don't add New Year's Dash for this one, but because my last review of New Year's Dash of unfortunately had to be unfortunately it was interrupted, but it was during a bad time. So which is why I'm redoing this again. So here it is. Yuji Nagata defeating Gabriel Kidd in 7 minutes and 95 seconds, and a decent opener. That's the best way I could say. And not much to say about that. Um, then we get to Suzuki Gun, Minoru Suzuki, and Doki defeating Tiger Mask and Yuja Umura. A tag team match less than 10 minutes and 45 seconds. Um, and yeah, match itself I thought was a decent match here, especially when it pertains to Minoru Suzuki versus Yuya. Um, yeah, I think there's gonna be a match eventually. Building up between these two. Basically, an old lion and Minoru Suzuki versus a young lion and Yuya, you, yeah, Yuya Umura. So there you go. Then we get to the Empire, Will Ospreay, the Great Khan, and Jeff Cobb being accompanied by B. Priestley, defeating the Tenkozi, which is uh Hiroyoshi Tenzan and Satoshi Kojima, a tag team, and they team up with a young lion and Yota Tuji, Yota Yushi. I think that's how you say his name. Um, a 6-man tag team match lasted 9 minutes and 44 seconds. This match was all about the dominance of the Empire. And also it was also a back and forth match either way, but it was most likely to showcase the dominance of the factions since they lost at Wrestle Kingdom. And this is the way to redeem themselves here, and they did. They won. So Will Ospreay because the promo afterwards, and they continue on adding more insults and injuries. And yeah, and then we'll also be calling a promo saying that they are the United Empire. Then they went from being the Empire to being the United Empire, and that was it. And they continue more of the assaults of afterwards, and hopefully we'll chance to the United Empire. Not only I want to see them to build strong this time and win matches this time, but also add new members for the Empire eventually coming up this year. So there you go. Then we get to the Bullet Club of Guerrillas of Destiny, which is Tamatonga and Tangalola, Taichi Ishimori, the Bone Soldier by the way, and El Phantasmo, particularly by Jado, excuse me, versus Suzuki Gun, Dangerous Techers, which is Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr. You also got El Desperado and Yoshimo, Yoshimbo Takachi. Yoshimbo Kanamura, I meant to say. An 8-man tag team match lasted 11 minutes and 35 seconds. Match itself was a brutal match, but it was a good brutal match to say the least because it was out of control in a way. Also, yeah, Doki at ringside for Suzuki Gun. In the end, it was a Bullet Club winning. I think because El Phantasmo got something in his boot there, it's causing some cheating ways. And I think eventually that'll be a review eventually pretty soon. That's gotta be a story coming up somewhere eventually where it's gonna be exposed, but we'll see. But yeah, but that's all I gotta say from there. Then we get Chaos, Kazuchika Okada, Toru Yano, Hiroki Goto, meant to say, Tomohiro Ishii, and Yoshihashi, defeating Bullet Club, which is Jay White, Evo, Balak Fale, Yujiro Takahashi, and Chase Owens. A 10-man tag team match lasted 13 minutes and 47 seconds. Match itself was good. A good match there. Also, Geto at ringside for Bullet Club, by the way. I forgot to mention that part. But yeah, Tomohiro Ishii picked the win over Jay White here. And you got to think, is this the last time we see Jay White on New Japan Pro Wrestling? I don't know. Better wait and see, because there are rumors of him going to WWE. We shall see. I'm not gonna speculate or not gonna predict anything, but it's a matter of hearing more details coming out of this news. So there you go. But Chaos gets the win though. Main event time. Los Ingobernables de Japón. Sanada, Shingo Takagi, Tetsuya Naito, Hiromu Takahashi, and Bushi. And they defeated the Golden Ace, which is Kota Ibushi and Hiroshi Tanahashi. They're also with Roppongi 3K, which is Rocky Romero and Sho. Still no Yo. Don't know what's going on with him, but we'll see. Hopefully he'll come back soon. I think because his injury, I didn't think it was that serious, but apparently that it is. But I don't know. I just don't know. And Master Wato was there too, as to be teaming up with them. And yeah, the match, it was a 10-man tag team match. Lasted 17 minutes and 23 seconds. Excuse me, 17 minutes and 23 seconds. Match itself was a decent main event, and in the end, it was Bushi getting the win for his team onto Master Wato. And all I can say to myself is, finally he got a win. Not because of him, because New Japan person never books him to win that much matches. So I'm glad he won. So yeah, and that was it. After the match, basically and there's other things happening in the match here too. For example, Shingo Takagi and Hiroshi Tanahashi, Sanada and Kota Ibushi, and Sho and Hiromu Takahashi. Basically, and also they just a little bit with Bushi and Master Wato. As far as Naito, I don't know what they're gonna do with Naito, but I got a hunch. But that'll be coming later in the day, later date. Let me say. But anyways, but yeah, they basically send up Shingo versus Hiroshi, Hiromu versus Sho, Sanada versus Ibushi. That's gonna be determined. Whatever that's gonna be determined. And Bushi is ready to send him up against Masawato. So there you go. And Naito again. Don't know what Naito's gonna do yet. Um, but there you go. That was the main event, and that was it. I'm glad lost Eagle Balance up on one here, especially with Bushi winning here. So there you go. Um, yeah, not much happened on the show here. No surprise. No debuts. No returns. None of that. It was. I mean, there's no. It was very much they couldn't do there because the pandemic and everything, and there was no Kenta there either. So I kind of expect why Kenta wasn't there either because he's probably on set to go back home, so that they could try to do that match between him and Moxley, retains to do the New Japan Pro Wrestling strong style show. I think that that's what they do. I don't know, but we'll see. I think my overall rating of the show here was I think it was a 7 out of 10 or 7.5 out of 10. But either way, that's the overall rating I'm going with. And there you go. Whew, there you go, folks. That's it. That's your full results for Wrestle Kingdom 15 and New Year Dash 2021. That being said, thank you for watching. For this natural born thriller, saying peace on the streets. If this is the first time experiencing yours truly right here on YouTube, please do so by hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell for more future content of what potentially your favorites and mine. Take out the trash series. So y'all stay well, stay safe, take care of yourself, everything that's going on in the world. Wear your mask, wear your gloves, love one another, God bless one another, live in peace and harmony for us all. So I am out here. Ta for now. Hit the like button or hit the dislike button. But either way, thank you for spending your time by joining me, yours truly, not your born thriller, as I say, peace on the streets. Take care.